Hi everyone, welcome back to our monthly forecast. I'm Ari Nicole, a Midwest Medium, and this month it's December, it's Christmas, yay, Christmas! Well, there's other holidays in December also. So we want to focus on this month is we're going to be talking about the winter solstice. I'm going to be talking about manifestations and how to recognize that you're actually getting what you want. And then we're gonna go to the readings. So don't forget to like, comment, and share on these videos. So I know that you guys are watching them, so I can put more out for 2019. So thanks so much, and on to the readings. So it's December. What happens every December? The winter solstice. It's the time of the year where it's the darkest day of the year. Our daylight is cut very, very short, and there's not much daylight in the day. And for some people, it really bums them out because it's so dark for the entire day. But for me, I'm so excited. Why? Because it's the end of the darkness and it's the beginning of the light. It's the end of the days where it's finally, we're going to start see more and more light come into our days. And for some Wiccans, it also marks the beginning of the new year, which I think is actually pretty appropriate considering like this is the end of the darkness and now we are celebrating the light. And so just thinking about this, the winter solstice has really got me thinking about, how things are changing and how things can get better. So whenever you're going through a dark time in your life, and when you think you're at your absolute lowest moment, just know that the light will always return. And that is what the winter solstice promises us, that it can only be dark for so long before the light finally returns to our life. But it also reminds us that our lives aren't always light and they aren't always dark. We're going to have cycles of light and we're going to have cycles of darkness. And it's important to remember that with the seasons changing, it also represents the seasons of our life. And so for me, the winter solstice represents all of those things. That's why I love it so much, because it's such a good reminder that we can make it out of the tough times so we can have the good times. So, the other message I wanted to share with you this month was all about manifestation. And as I was heading into work one morning, it kind of dawned on me that so many people ask for certain things that they want, but not recognizing the signs from the universe that their wishes or that their manifestations are actually being granted. And it's important to know that usually on my drive into work every day, that's kind of one of the times of day that I meditate. And this is kind of what Spirit gave to me on my drive into work. And so I wrote it down. So I know it's not as polished and as rehearsed as the rest of the videos, but this is really important for me to share this with you. So Spirit wrote, we ask for things all the time from the universe to manifest for us. But what is your benchmark for success to know that what you've asked for has been granted? How do you know for sure that what you've been waiting for has come to fruition? Let me break it down into something simple. I'm going to ask the universe to present me with an ice cream cone. Pretty simple, right? I'd really love a delicious vanilla ice cream cone, and I'm open to receiving said ice cream cone in any way possible. The universe then hears me, takes my order, so to speak, and then begins to turn the wheels to make it happen. Now, keep in mind, I've already said I'm open to any opportunity for the universe to present to me a vanilla ice cream cone. Now, I'm human and I have anxiety, and I really need that ice cream cone. I need it badly. You can literally apply this to any aspect of your life, by the way. Maybe the ice cream cone represents a new to you car, a new job, or more money, or a different home. I want this ice cream cone so much, and because I'm anxious, I'm already formulating different ways and how the ice cream cone can logically make its way to me. I think we've all done this, where we try to think of, okay, I really want this car. What are the different ways that a car can come to me? And I think of all the different people in my life and who's getting rid of their cars and who would want to give me their car. That's kind of what I'm saying. At least all the ways I see an ice cream cone can make its way to me. So I put myself in places where I know an ice cream cone can be offered to me. I hang out at Dairy Queen, hoping that someone will buy me an ice cream cone. But no such luck. I go to restaurants that offer ice cream cones and drop hints about their ice cream cones. Again, no such luck. I debate about just buying one and forgetting that I asked the universe in the first place because I'm impatient and I want one now. Well, what I completely missed, though, is that the universe provided me with someone in my life who bought some ice cream, happened to have some cones on hand, and had an ice cream scoop. I missed the day that I was visiting a friend that I hadn't seen in a long time, and they said, let's have a snack. And I noticed cones in their cupboard, but didn't say anything. Or maybe my spouse brought home cones, which is something he'd never do. And we already had ice cream, but I brushed that off as not what I originally asked for because I'm stubborn and I didn't understand that that was my manifestation coming true. What I completely missed was that the universe had said, look, we're going to give you the ice cream cone, but we're only going to give you the pieces of the puzzle. It's up to you to put them together. Because if you don't put them together, you won't grow and there will be no lesson. The point of you being here is to grow and to learn, not just get everything that you wanted handed to you every time that you ask. So here I had the tools all along to make my own ice cream cone. I was just too stubborn to accept that my ice cream cone didn't come to me in the way that I expected it to come. I forgot that I told the universe that I was open and willing to receive an ice cream cone in any way possible. I just didn't realize that I needed to fulfill some final steps to make it happen. Maybe you asked for a new job and the universe was showing you ad after ad for jobs, or a friend was mentioning that there were some jobs available at their place of business. And you kind of don't like the company anyway, so you brushed it off. But you didn't apply to any of them because you didn't see it as your sign. Maybe you asked for money, and the universe kept sending you discounts on items you normally purchase instead of handing you a big fat check. Maybe the car dealership you passed by thousands of times was having a sale and you refused to go because you expected the new car to just appear to you. My point is, you've done the asking. The universe has served up answers. Now, how do you put the pieces of the puzzle together? Not everything we ask for comes in a nicely put together package. Sometimes it will, and it can. I've experienced it. Other times it doesn't, because there's still more growth for us to experience. So, your goal for the month is to look back at the things you've manifested that haven't come to fruition yet. Has the universe sent you pieces of the puzzle, and how can you make those pieces work for you? Hey Leos, this is your forecast for December 2019, and we are going to see what's going on for your month. I feel like there's lots of good changes, lots of good things happening. It's also kind of a year in review. I think December is usually a time where you kind of start looking back at your year and thinking like, oh, did I make the right choices? Did I do the right things? That type of thing. So again, I'm using the John Holland deck just because I kind of like it. Plus, it feels festive for December. So just going to give this one more shuffle, and I think we'll have... I need to work with this deck a little bit more because these cards are so stiff. So how does that sound? Does that sound awesome? Sorry, sound guy. So here we go. Okay. So, Wasn't I just talking about you're going to have to make some choices on the decisions that you want to make for 2019? And this is it. This is that card. Choose wisely. You have a bunch of different directions that you can go. I feel like some of you, it's actually a decision of where you're going with your life. It's kind of as heavy as that. And it's not like where you, it could be where you're moving to. It could be, do I finally make that healthy choice for myself? Or do I break up this relationship, with who you're with? Or do I shake things up? That's what this card is saying. You need to make a choice, but you need to make the right choice. And that's a terrible thing to tell somebody that has anxiety like myself. Like, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make the right choice. But sometimes you just need to make the right choice. So in this card, you see that the hands are pointing in several different directions. And they're going to take you on, each are going to take you on a completely different path. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. You're basically going to go on an adventure because that's what this guy is doing. He's sitting on the dock and he's going to head out on an adventure because the waters are in front of him and everything looks blue and crystal clear. So you just need to make a choice on which direction that you're going to go. There is this issue that you're kind of struggling with this month. It's the suffering and silence card. You need to speak up about the drama that's going on in your life. I feel like you're not using your voice and you need to open your mouth and you need to actually say something. It's all about being brave and being courageous because she's by herself on a mountain staring off into the sunset. She's suffering and she's alone. She needs to come back to her community and speak her truth. And that's what you need to do is you need to come back to your community. You need to come back to your circle of friends or family. You need to speak your truth. Don't be an ass about it. I mean, be realistic. But that's what you need to do this month. This positive moving forward, I think also has to do with the choose wisely and the suffering in silence. Once you kind of speak your truth and once you make your choice, you're going to have some very positive forward movement in the decisions that you're making. These are all positive choices for yourself. You're no longer keeping yourself shut in. You're no longer suffering alone. You're actually making positive changes for yourself. And that's what this card is representing. This last card here, oh my gosh, it says prosperity begins. A new seed is planted. So look at this. Choose wisely. You're going to make a decision, and it can't be a bad choice. None of them are bad choices because prosperity begins and you're moving in a positive direction. These are all great cards. I feel like December is really going to be an amazing start to something very beautiful for a lot of you Leos out there. So fill me in on what happened for you for the month of December because I'd love to find out. But that is your forecast for the month of December 2019, and thanks so much for watching. Well, that was your reading for the month of December. Thanks so much for watching, and I want to give a big thank you to my sponsors, Last Stop Studios, who hosts this space for me to be able to do these monthly videos for you, and also Warwolf Productions, who actually films this and edits because they're awesome. And like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and share on these videos so I know that it's reaching out to you and that you appreciate these videos, and so I can make more of them for 2019. Thanks so much and happy holidays!